If you've got an M2 with one of these Cummins in it, or just anything with that filter, or a fuel filter that just hangs down. I got this one loose already, but what you want to do is make note of the number FF63054NN, and there's the Cummins number 5660774. A couple years ago they used to have different fleet guard numbers. They've since changed these over. So what I use, even though it says not to, right, where is it? Do not use a strap wrench. I've been doing it for years. This is the one I use. You can use any old piece of junk. Now, if they're really on there, you don't want to, because right here, it can break them off. And if you're in the field and you got this dripping all over the place, that can not be good depending on where you are. Ideally, you don't want anything dripping on the ground, but I've got a pan down there. Sometimes it'll hit right there and drip down in, but I'll get it in the right spot. This one is already loose. If you are going to use a strap wrench, either do it as high as possible or as low as possible, because there's a lot less give high and low. Right here, you get any sort of pressure on it and it starts to just squeeze. Now, one thing they don't tell you is that on the bottom, the size to use is actually, I believe, 1 inch. Let's see. Yep, that is 1 inch. So if we've got the new one, 1 inch. So that fits perfectly. Yeah, it doesn't say that actually anywhere on the label, but that is 1 inch. And you do want to take it off counterclockwise, as if you were looking from the bottom. So if you were looking up, you'd want this right side to come towards you and the left side to go back behind and loop around like this. But make sure you've got a drip pan down below. I couldn't film it fully off, taking it off with 2 hands, because that's how much you need. But I got the other one off and it is down there. And the new one, before you go to put it on, you want to fill it up full of diesel almost all the way. Generally what I do is to the bottom of these little spokes. You can see down in there, not a whole lot of space left there. I don't have it full right now, and then put some diesel on the top right there. And then you go ahead and pop this in once it is full to about this point right here, because up in here, the metal will push this down and it'll come almost completely up and over. And try not to get any contaminants in here. I have a little bit now because I'm touching it all over the place, but wipe those off if you have any. But yeah, try to get it basically to right here, and the metal inside they're pushing down will bring it up to flush level. So I got that on there, and it is almost guaranteed that you are going to spill some down here, so just be aware of that. If you're coming from the top and tilting it in, you'll very likely spill just a little bit. You can come down from the bottom, from down there, but you got to lay on the ground, which is not that big a deal, honestly, in this job. But just a heads up that you got to do that if you're coming down from the bottom. Then you can get it straight up, but you're more likely, at least I am, to splash all over yourself. That's why I don't really lay on the ground and do these unless I have to, because I tend to splash all over the place. But there you can see it's actually coming out the top. And if you are laying on the ground looking up, you want this to go clockwise. And then I'll go ahead and get that on, and then that is pretty much it. You can start the truck, or you can put it in ignition, turn it to on, and let it do its thing for 10 seconds. Turn it off, do that a couple times, and that should get all of the air out. So go ahead and tighten that down, and then you can cycle through if you want to, or just start it. But that is how you replace the fuel filter. I hope this helps somebody. Thanks for watching.